Good evening, I'm Giuseppe Basile. I'm the analyst and trader. You can find at the blog fibstalker.com. Today is Wednesday, December the 11th, 2013, and it's 8 p.m. time in Toronto City. In this video, I'm going to review for you quickly a number of markets, and I'll zero in into the 240 minutes or 4-hour charts for you as well, in order to show you where could be the shorter term opportunities to enter some of the markets that I do follow. So without further ado, I would then dive into this market. So let's start from the euro dollar versus the excuse me, the US dollar, which is the daily chart that you see on the screen. And we know that we are moving towards that 141 level. Now, a lot of people do not believe we're going to get there. There are a lot of reasons for believing that this market will reverse here, but I don't believe it will. Now, some people are asking, okay, I'm not into this move. How, if we go to 141, how do I get into this market? And one level, an area we should definitely look at is the extension long that program trading is looking at the moment. So very probably program trading is using this anchor, the level, this 136.20 level here. And we need to be very, I'm going to remove this for now, just to have a clearer picture. And we need to keep in mind that this market could go right into 137.16 here and then continue higher. Now, one simple strategy could be just to buy at 137.16 if we get there, or a little bit above 137.20, and put a stop below 136.92, right? However, you can use a smarter strategy, which is the actually fib stalking technique, which is a timing technique that looks at the smaller time frames. And I want to show you now what is happening on the 20-40 minutes for this market. And we had a sequence, we had a number of, we had some push higher here, and they've been following a sequence. They always do. Program trading is active on all time frames, and also on the, of course, on the 4 hours time frame. And we had this first move, targets 137.32, 137.49, and this move was completed. But then you have to check what happened actually already. In the next move, we have a move again into first and second target, and the following move failed. And look at where the -23 target, the first target, is right at the top of this market. So when that happens, it means that a correction is actually possible, and the most probable level program trading is going to use for the retrace is going to be this, as I told you, 136.20 here. So let this market move. This is not a short, unfortunately. This market is in daily and weekly longs, so you should be very careful if you want to short this market. To me, it's going to be a long when it comes down to 137.20. And notice this 20-day moving average here going higher, and this is going to offer potential initial support. So we may see market correct to this, and then again a move higher, and then eventually a correction into 137.20. So again, simple strategy here: enter 137.20 with a stop 136.92, and enjoy a move higher into 141. But as I said, that's not the safest and smartest way to get into this market, because you can actually check and know and test when the sequence of measure move on the 15-minute chart, the 15-minute time frame, which is this counter trend move that you are going to get towards 137.15 that could actually be timed. So be very careful with this market. The next market I want to look at in this video is the SP500 E-mini. Now you have to mind that here the levels have changed, and the reason is I'm using the E-mini continuous contract, and now this E-mini this chart is aligned to the March 2014 expiration. So what was before 1813, now it's 1792. But don't get confused about that, because the way you trace the measure move are the same, and what was before 1742 now becomes 1723. So that's where I expect this market to correct. And before I get to the 240 minutes chart, I just want to show you that basically the market retraced all the way halfway back to this 1775, and there is also 20-day moving average there offering resistance, and as you can see, this new setup can actually bring price from 1775 current prices down to 1751, so 24 points. I want to show you the 240 minutes of this market, and what you see here are the 20 period moving average, the thinner, and the thicker is the 20-day moving average. So look at how this is acting as a resistance. Now, this is not a method. I just use this for confirmation. It's not something that will decide whether I get long or short this market. What decides it is the measure move, and as we can see here, this market is responding right to that 1776 I showed you before, and the next target is going to be 1751. Now we know that at 1792 here, these levels that were before 1813 on the old contract, we saw profit taking, and we could make the case that this profit taking broke the sequence of measure move. There was this measure move here, 1757, bringing price into 1790, actually the old 1813 on the previous contract expiring in December. And what happened is that the next measure move here failed, and when that happened, that's a confirmation that the trend is over. And we got on the smaller time frame here someone pushing price higher, but we knew now that there was no support from daily and the weekly, and we knew that already because we got to the second target. And now we know that there is no support for this market even in the 240 minutes chart. So the only thing that can actually bring this price higher is profit taking and activity on the 15 minutes chart, but this activity won't be enough to reverse this market. So where we're going, we know where we're going. We are going to that level that I showed you here, 1723, and that was the old 1742 on the December contract. I hope this video helps you. I think it could give you a good opportunity here on the euro dollar to enter 137.20. Be very careful in entering, and if you want to learn the Fibonacci stalking technique, allows you to test these levels and enter only when there is confirmation of this participation to 137.20. Follow my work on Twitter, subscribe to the newsletter, and follow my work on the blog as well. I wish you a very good evening, and I hope this video will be helpful. There is money to be made on the euro dollar as well as on the SP500, so trade safe, be careful, and we will get there. Thank you. Have a nice evening. Bye now.